Faouzi, thank you so much for this opportunity to meet you and to talk with you. I have to say, and I apologise, but you are the very first Moroccan I have ever spoken to in my entire life.
It's. I think it's a good occasion. It's.
I think we should celebrate.
Yeah, yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
The first Moroccan and actually the Moroccan they are in the World Cup.
You better hold that Moroccan flag out. Can you unfurl it for us?
You know, it's the first time that one team from Africa and Arabic team and Muslim team, you know, it's all of this world. The Moroccan, they win the first tower and the second tower. So it's like a miracle. You know?
Oh, it is a miracle. Yeah, well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yeah. I think you're more of a musician than a sports person, am I correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I am, yeah, we can say I'm a musician, but I am an instrument maker. I am oud, you know the Arabic instrument, it's called oud.
Oud?
Oud in Arabic means wood. Wood. So it's all make, made, and with no nails, only the glue and the wood. And yeah, I was happy when I came here to Australia to discover a lot of timbers, Australian timbers. So I'm making this wood. This is in progress. I'm making this one. So this is the top, and then the neck. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this one is made. It's just an experiment with the spotted gum. So I have iron bark, but the first one I made with the Jarrah wood and Banksia wood. So Banksia is a little bit porous. It's good for the sound, but it's not so that solid. It's not that strong.
So you were born
in a very nice town.
Yes. Called?
Sefrou. Sefrou is it's a very it was a little town. Now it's a big town.
Okay.
Close to Fez. Maybe it's oldest Fez. You know, the spiritual capital of Morocco.
Yeah.
It's 12 centuries. The age of Fez was built 12, and Sefrou is oldest than Fez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Older than 12 centuries old.
Exact. And there was a lot of some Muslims, Jewish, and French people, because you know of the colonization. French people, they knew Sefrou, and it's a city that is very famous by her festival, cherries festival. More than 1 century.
Cherry festival.
Festival every year. We have a cherry 1 week of festival.
Yeah.
With a lot of different. So anyway, it's I think it's the oldest festival in Africa.
Tell me about the buildings. Are there some old buildings there?
The houses in the old city are different to the modern one, the Western ones. So you have usually it's square. And sometimes it's with the sky open, you know.
Yeah.
So when it's rainy, you have to, if you go from room to room, you have to do not to go straight, you know.
Okay,
Anyway.
so it's like in the middle of the house, there's like a courtyard.
Yeah.
And the rooms are around the outside.
Yeah, and usually you have a tree, maybe you have a vine. You have usually, and one tree or two of lemon tree or orange tree or something like that, just to make. And you have always a fountain, so it's very different to the Western houses.
Yes.
Anyway, I was born in this city, and I studied until I went to the university.
What was the full name that your parents gave you when you were born?
Mohammed, Faouzi, and my family name is Saouli. So they decided to give me two names.
Yes. When you were at school, did your friends call you Mohammed or call you Faouzi?
It's some calls me Fouzi, not Faouzi, Fouzi.
Yeah.
It's shorter.
Fouzi.
Yeah, and because my name is Sidi Muhammad and it's the name of the Prophet, and in the city, everybody respects this name of Muhammad.
Yes.
So to call someone who is called Muhammad, we call Sidi Muhammad, like Lord Muhammad, like something like that. You know, it's some special denomination to call someone. We call Sidi. So some neighbors and all person that know me call me Sidi Muhammad. And some friends call me Faouzi, and in Casablanca they call me Faouzi.
Yeah. So your family come from a Muslim background, I presume?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you a practicing Muslim here in Australia?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
I am. I was happy to do my Friday prayer. Is the most important because you have to do it in community. You know, usually in the mosque. But okay, when I came here, there was no mosque, but there was an engineer, Pakistani. All the team was Pakistani, from Pakistan.
Yes.
So there were doctors, maybe 3 or 4 doctors, and some engineers and some person. So every Friday, we had this. But now they all lived in Roma, and I pray at home. I pray in my house. I have a special corner for prayer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite a story, I imagine, how you came to be here, and you can tell it in a few moments, but I want to hear some of your earliest memories growing up in Morocco, growing up in your home village.
So I was born in this city, and I was born in the house. My father and mother, they were living in the same house than my grandfather. So grandfather upstairs and we downstairs.
Yes.
So anyway, the beginning was a very happy time, you know. But when I was 5 years old, my father had an accident, so he passed away.
Oh.
And the family began to spare, you know, just 8 months after that, my grandfather passed away too. So my mother and my sister, I had only one sister. She passed away too now, but anyway, Allah yarhamha. Then my mother had to find some job or something.
Yes.
It was not easy. She quickly found some idea to teach the embroidery.
Yes.
So she was, I think, the first manager woman, business woman in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, quickly she had a success with her teaching, and we had to add a room extra to receive all of these students.
Yeah.
And that begins a little bit better for us.
So she was able to provide for you and your sister.
Exact.
Through the embroidery business.
Exact.
How wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Did you learn the skill of embroidery?
No. I've seen how they do, and.
But perhaps that gift of being able to work with your hands and take raw materials and create something has been passed to you.
Probably. I don't know. When I was young, I remember I always wanted to open all my toys.
Open them.
The trucks, and never never get them back, never, because it was a different system, and I was curious how it works, but I never been an engineer. So
did you grow up with music in your family?
No. My father, he was working in a court of justice, but he plays oud. I heard about him, He never played in the house of his father because of the respect.
What do you mean because of the respect?
Music wasn't. No, to play music means to play with friends.
Yes.
And to drink some wine and to be happy and to have some girls around and things like that,
Yes.
Which wasn't possible in the house of my grandfather.
Right.
But I remember that I was maybe 3 years or 4 years old, and he received a lot of French people, some friends, with them families for a lunch, for a dinner, for something like that. So it was a big ambience, I remember. So he was allowed to do that, but to play music or to dance or with girls dancing, things like that, not have to go away. Yeah, it's...
So was Arabic the language of communication in your house?
Yeah, Arabic. Darija, we call it Darija, so the popular Arabic, which is not the classical Arabic.
No.
So it's exactly the same, but the way of speaking, of the accent is different. Mm-hmm. So, it's the same language, practically the same.
And when you went to school, was instruction in Arabic and French?
That was a problem too. My first year at the primary school was in a French school in my hometown. So just when we finished the year, the French school stopped being in Sefrou and they go to Fez. They said if you want to, you have to follow, which was not possible for me and my mother to. So I go to the public school, the Moroccan public school. And then, it was a little bit, it's not, the problem is, I remember the teacher, one who teach French, she was Jewish, a very beautiful and young woman, and she has the system of pedagogy, how to teach you, how to pronounce the O, the U, the OU, all of this difficult word of voyelle in French language. But she was very good, and the teacher of Arabic was a little bit. He was teaching with the stick, and so it makes me get away from Arabic language, from Arabic lessons, and prefer the French ones.
The young, beautiful French teacher.
That's another story. All my life was full of different things anyway.
Yeah.
My father, he chose to get the French nationality.
Oh, yeah?
And he had it.
Yes.
But he passed away early.
Yeah.
And my uncle was our tutelar, the man who was supposed to be, by the Muslim law, to take care of the sons of his brother.
Yes.
So the French consulate, they give a deadline, 5 years, to anybody, any Algerian or Moroccan that would like to keep the French nationality, the one that already had it and want to keep it, they have to go to the consulate and to be inscribed, to subscribe in the consulate. So my uncle, he decided, don't do. He said, you will decide for yourself when you will be major. When you will be 18, then you decide for yourself. So the deadline was from 1962 to 1967. When I went in 1967 to the consulate, the general consulate in Fez, they said, how old are you? I said 17. You said you are not major. Okay. So the year after, when I come back, they said too late. The deadline is. I wasn't French. I wasn't Moroccan.
Oh no!
So I cannot be to have a passport to travel. Not possible to travel. No ID, no practically no. No work, not in the public. I cannot teach French, as you said. It wasn't possible. With no papers, you can do nothing. So I asked for the Moroccan nationality, which was the most difficult one to obtain, to have. And when I put my file in the Court of Justice in Fez, and I went maybe 7 years, and then they write me asking me to prove my actual nationality, to prove that I was French, which was not possible. Okay, so in 19 years after,
oh my God.
the minister, he sent me a letter, we refuse to give you the Moroccan nationality. Okay.
So you had no nationality?
No nationality. I wrote to France, to the Chancellerie of France, to the, how they call it, anyway, it's just the Minister of Justice. But they answered me quickly. After maybe 1-2 years, they said, we don't give you the French nationality. So I have the 2 papers from the justice, French and Moroccan, that they refuse. Okay. So I had to wait until 2010, when the king, the actual king of Morocco, he decided to change the law and to make it was possible to get the Moroccan nationality if your father was Moroccan. My mother was Moroccan. So the king, he decided to make equality between all, men and women. Then I was available to ask of the nationality of my mother. Mm. That's the reason I get
How extraordinary.
and strange. It's in French they said inouï, incredible. So it's and stupid too, because of this politic of this law.
Yep. Of stupid is stupid in any language.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. Yeah.
And so you couldn't travel outside of Morocco.
No.
You couldn't apply for any public service jobs.
No public service, no travel, no marriage. No
way.
No marriage. You cannot get married with no papers. Who are you? So, yeah, all of that was
wow.
More than 50 years living in this situation. When I was young, you know, as a teenager, I always liked to call myself a citizen of the world. I am a citizen of the world. So always take away all of the difference between people, of the difference between the frontiers, of the difference between countries, all of that. Citizen of the world. I am Moroccan, I am Algerian, I am French, I am Italian, I don't care, it's not, I am human. Mm-hmm. That's what I try to be.
So rather than thinking I'm a citizen of nowhere, you decided to be a citizen of everywhere.
It's better. It's a philosophy that makes you you live your life better, yeah. I think.
How is an oud different to a guitar? What are some of the key differences?
So the guitar, you can play the chords. You can use 3 or 4 fingers in the same time. With the oud, you play the strings, note by note. Not all the strings in the same time. Mm-hmm. Just the melody, and the oud gives you both the melody and the rhythm. The way of using the plectre, you know, the pick, the way of using it gives you the rhythm.
Mm-hmm. So how did you teach yourself music?
First of all, to know the chords. Every time I've gone to Fez, 1 time a week to buy some comics, you know, I stopped at the shop of music looking just a poster of the singer with a guitar.
Right.
So in this photo, there was think like that.
Yeah.
First, no, second string, third, like that. Just look at the image. Like look at, and after I found some. It was a teacher in Sefrou, in my town, who shows me some chords. A, D, E, and B, and things like that.
So you saw the poster, you saw where his fingers were, you went home and you copied that.
Yeah, copied that, and it's give a good sound, it sounds good, so okay, I will.
So there you were, stuck in Morocco because you were not Moroccan and you weren't French.
I was nothing.
And I'm thinking somewhere along the line, your wife, Catherine, came to Morocco to visit and she met you.
The word is by chance.
By chance.
Everything was by chance.
Tell me the story.
So she decided to go to Morocco for an artistic residency.
Yes.
So you can see all on the words what she is doing.
Oh, I see.
And she has a very special, a very old system of photography that called cyanotype.
Okay.
Cyanotype, okay. So she came for this artistic residency in my hometown. Mm. And then I met Catherine, and so it's it happens that I already had my passport and my papers, but I said, look, if you really want, if you really like me and want me as a partner, you have to live with me. I don't want to leave Morocco. Mm. I love so much this country, and with my family and my friends, I had a very, even if I didn't work a lot, even I have some, from time to time I work in the marketing area, marketing world.
Yeah, that was your main line of work.
Yeah, so you can make money quickly, and but the life is very, very easy in Morocco for me, for someone like me. Mm-hmm. You can go in any city you want. You have a family there, so to go to the family, you don't have to call before. You just knock the door. I'm here. Welcome. So everywhere, it's like that. Yeah. So I said, if you are able to leave, she has a very good job in Melbourne. But she said yes.
She would live in Morocco.
Yeah. So it's a joke I like to say to everyone who asks me, why didn't you get married? So to talk of my papers, my story, and I said, look, every girl I met, every woman I met, I said, look, I have no money, and I don't want any money. I have no job, and I don't want to work. Would you like to marry me? So there was one who said yes. And effectively, she left her job in Melbourne. Yeah. And she joined me in Morocco.
That's huge.
Yeah. So it was a big adventure. And then her father, he visited us twice. He came to Casablanca. He was happy to visit us. But the second time, maybe a few months after, he has his stroke. He has a stroke.
So he came back to Australia.
Yeah, he came back here and
he had a stroke here.
Yeah. A few months after he visited us. So when she asked me what to do, I said, don't ask me. The first flight you find, you take it and you join him. He was in Canberra at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And me, I prepared my visa, and I joined them in Canberra. Mm-hmm. I stayed with them. We had an accommodation at the hospital, maybe about 7 weeks. Mm. And after that, I said, look, it's enough. Canberra is not my... So I came here, maybe just 10 days, and they joined me. Finally, when he came here, he gets better, because it's his home, his house, and he began to do some walk with the stick, some stick walking every day, and we bought him a scooter, so he was able to go out and with someone, not alone, but anyway, just in case. in the beginning I wasn't happy, you know. I was in a room. My habit in Casablanca was to stay home all of the day, and at 6 o'clock to go out to the butcher, to the bakery, to the vegetable sellers, things like that, and then to the coffee, meet some friends, some young friends. They were so the musicians, singers, and they asked, Faouzi, tonight we can come to your house and play some music. Welcome. So the life can be like that.
And what happens in the room if you go out at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m.? 5
p.m. everything is closed. No coffee, no. So the coffee it's a bar. So to drink alcohol, I don't drink alcohol. So just a flat white, and it's all right. It's okay. So yeah. Anyway, but when I discovered the people here, and when I began member of the men's shed, so I began to discover this spirit of Australian people. You know, there is something. It's like in Morocco, a lot of origins, a lot of different accents. But there is a community. There is something. They live. In the member shed, practically, we are all retired.
Yeah.
Means we are all of us, we are old. But still working and still give a hand, you help, you do things.
What nationalities are represented in the men's shed in the room?
Maltese, Greek, maybe the origin, but they all are Australian. Italian, English, Scottish. 1 or 2 times we had some American men. And they are from everywhere. Yeah, but
so you're hearing all the different accents of English.
Yes, as I said, as a musician, I have to tune my ear about everyone.
It's a big change for Catherine to marry a Moroccan. It's a big change for you to marry an Australian.
Yeah, very big change. Yeah, but somewhere I'm happy because Naruma finally. I like the weather here. Not too cold, not too hot, and we are a very good suburb, you know, where we are living. It's very nice, not too far away from the town. You can go by walk, you know. And but I have so many friends. Everywhere in Australia, you have musicians. In Melbourne, in Sydney, in Canberra, everywhere, every house you go in, you can find 1 guitar or 2 guitars everywhere, which is good.